News on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Thank you, Mmatsheko, and a very good afternoon. India's Consul General Mahesh Kumar has praised South Africa ahead of its upcoming G20 presidency in November. Kumar was speaking at the launch of the Fine Stars new diamond manufacturing facility at the R. Tambo Special Economic Zone in Johannesburg. He says India fully supports South Africa during a year of market volatility and political challenges.
We took a lot of pride when we got the chance to host the G20 summit, and we were very happy that we basically continued with Indonesia, Brazil, and now South Africa, this tradition of raising the voices of global South when it comes to global political development, issues of global governance. This, I think, also becomes very important this year when we have seen a lot of volatility in market, mostly driven by sentiments that South Africa delivers a very, very successful G20 presidency, and for which we have extended all the support that's required to the government of South Africa.
South African state-owned logistics group Transnet has reported a smaller loss of $108.18 million in the financial year to end of March, down from $400 million loss in the previous year. The debt-settled company has struggled to provide adequate freight, rail and port services for years due to equipment shortages and maintenance backlogs. Transnet chronic underperformance has stifled exports of key commodities such as coal and iron ore, costing mineral exporters billions of rands in lost revenue, with Kumba iron ore and thermal coal exporter Tungela Resources forced to curtail production. Minister in the South African presidency, Khumbudzo Ntshavheni, says Cabinet has welcomed the announcement of the new train operating companies appointed to operate on the country's railway network. Briefing the media on the Cabinet meeting, Ntshavheni said these companies will operate a total of 41 routes and 6 corridors nationwide. The development forms part of South Africa's freight and logistics roadmap as well as rail policy, which focuses on giving third parties access to the rail network. Ntshavheni says the announcement marks a significant milestone in unlocking the economy.
The Transnet Rail Infrastructure Manager estimates that the new train operating companies will carry an additional 20 million tons of freight per annum from the 2026-2027 financial year. This will supplement the Transnet Freight Rail, or TFR as is commonly known, forecasted volumes and contribute to government's target of increasing freight moved by rail to 200 million tons per annum by 2029. This development is also part of the progress Transnet is making towards becoming a more efficient and agile enterprise.
Meanwhile, Minister Ntshavheni also told the media that the South African Cabinet has welcomed the launch of the G20 Experts Task Force to examine global wealth inequality and its impact on economic growth.
This initiative, which is the first of its kind for the G20, is in line with South Africa's commitment to use its G20 presidency to address issues that affect low-income countries, such as rising inequality and high sovereign debt burdens. The G20 Expert Task Force will deliver the first-ever report on global inequality to G20 world leaders at the G20 Leaders Summit in South Africa in November 2025.
Forecasts for U.S. job growth in August and a rise in unemployment to 4.3% if accurate would confirm a softening labor market and seal the case for an interest rate cut from the Federal Reserve this month. The Labor Department's closely watched employment report will follow this week's news of more unemployed people than vacancies in July for the first time since the COVID-19 pandemic. Job growth has shifted to stall speed, with economists blaming President Donald Trump's sweeping import tariffs and an immigration crackdown that has reduced the labor pool. Softness in the labor market is mostly coming from the hiring side. Let's have a look at financial indicators at this hour. $1 in Nigeria is trading at 1,000 naira 534. In Botswana, 13 pula 31. Kenya, the dollar is at 128 shilling 495. Zambia, 23 kwacha 73. BRICS countries, $1 in Brazil is at 5 real 46, Russia 80 rubles 790, India 88 rupee 059, China 71.14. South Africa $1 is at 17 rand 67 cents. $1 is 74 pence to the British pound, 85 to the euro. Commodities: gold is at $3,551, platinum is $1,382 per ounce. The price of Brent crude oil $66.67 a barrel. That is all for now. For any business stories you'd like to share with us, please send us an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za, or you can call us on +27 11 714 4459. For Channel Africa Business, I am Chanduko Ligege.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Zilipendwa na Abedi Jean de la Croix.
Tumetoka kusikiliza wimbo na huo ni utunzi wako, wewe ndio umeandika mistari na imani wewe ndio umeandika mstari. Tuanzie kwenye jina. Wimbo unaenda kwa jina gani?
Wimbo unaitwa Kanjori.
Kanjori. Kanjori maana yake nini?
Kama jinsi nilivyoimba. Nauza wazo leo, kesho na wazo wa uzuri wake, mwendo wake. Sijapata sio mfikirio. Ukekau matendo yake, changu chake.
Unatisha kweli. Kanjori. Ni historia gani au message gani ambayo imefichama nyuma ya wimbo huu?
Kanjori kwa ufupi ni kitu kizuri, yani kitu kizuri. Kitu kadogo yani, alafu ni kazuri ambako kanavutia kwa kila mtu.
Zilipendwa kila Jumamosi kuanzia saa 12 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati hadi saa 1 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati.
Let the upside transport you from Cape to Cairo every weekday from 2 to 5 p.m. Central African Time.
Got a pretty ride on you, so how about tonight? How about tonight? How about tonight? We wanted to. I'm glad you really wanted to, baby. Oh, baby. Now, stop teasing with that body. You're gonna hurt somebody. Stop teasing with your body. You gotta come closer. Cold outside, don't wanna be alone inside. So how about tonight? How about tonight? How about tonight? We take it far, baby, way too far. Ain't no going back, ain't no going back. And we stop teasing with that body. You're gonna hurt somebody. Stop teasing with your body. You gotta come close. So we can
It is 47 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African Time. Aussie Grace there with 24-Bit Master. That's the name of the song. We had the opportunity to catch up with Aussie Grace. It wasn't that long ago, and we were catching up about her career, what she's currently up to, what we expect in the future. She's a Nigerian-born, UK-raised Afro soul singer and songwriter. And I tell you what, man, we had a fantastic conversation with her. So we're going to be revisiting that conversation. If you would like to revisit any of the conversations that we have on the Upside or any of the other shows, go to www.channelafrica.co.za. Let's revisit this conversation with Aussie Grace. Aussie Grace, thank you so much for your time and welcome to the Upside.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much for having me.
Let's start off in the very beginning. How did particularly your Nigerian roots and your UK upbringing shape your sound and your artistry of today?
Well, I think I'll just say music has always been a part of my life. I think I would say my mom is addicted to music. I don't think she can do anything. She can't eat or work without playing music. So I think that's the first thing. And definitely, obviously, being exposed to different sounds since I was, since I was younger, from different genres. We'd have Afrobeats playing, but then we'd have pop music. Then we have R&B from Tracy Chapman to Lionel Richie, back down to everything. So I was always in music, every form of music whatsoever. And then obviously, not like I was fully living in the UK all my life. I would go back and forth between the UK and Nigeria, so that also helped me, seeing things from a different perspective outside of Nigeria.
So I've just learned that one of your notable collaborations was with M.I. Abaga on the track Crazy. What was that experience like for you?
So honestly, I didn't actually think I was going to make the album. Like M and I and Chopsticks, we tried multiple times to actually create a track from scratch. But I feel like maybe where I was mentally and where he was at the time, because he was getting married and everything, I was still, living my life. So we were not able to find a way to connect on a track. And then I really just let it go. And then he was listening to some of the tracks from the EP I was working on, and this track was supposed to be on that project, but it was just one of those tracks where I didn't know what else to write, so he just ended up rapping on, any space that was in there, and he was like, "Can I have the song?" I was like, "Yeah, go ahead." That was how I made the album.
When you listen to your music, it's very evident that you turn your personal challenges into creative expressions. Talk to us about how music has been used as a healing tool for you.
I feel like I was going to say music is a healing tool for me, but since you got that, I feel like, you answered the question. But then I would say, I think maybe nowadays I am more open to being more expressive with the way that I feel and, what's going through my mind. But prior to that, I was always very much to myself. And I feel like, everybody needs an outlet to express themselves, whether it's friends, therapy, whatever it is. And, I had music just because I felt like I wasn't trying to burden anyone with whatever it is what I was going through. So I would just write and write and write, and I just end up always putting that in my music. So yeah.
Talk to us about what authenticity means to you as an artist.
Authenticity to me means being yourself, no matter how uncomfortable it is. I feel like being yourself comes with a bit of discomfort, but I think being uncomfortable is part of the process, and being yourself will require the courage to be uncomfortable. That is what authenticity needs to be. It's just going to be constant discomfort from time to time, because not everybody's going to agree with your lifestyle, with your life choices, and all that. But yeah, just staying true to yourself is what being authentic is to me.
You've got an upcoming EP with Chopsticks there. Tell us what we can expect, and also what was the inspiration behind this upcoming EP?
I actually have the EP coming out is actually quite a number of producers. So there's Progression on there. There's Remy Bankers on there who co-produced and produced a lot of the songs on there. There's obviously Chopsticks. There's, Mojam, an amazing group of people. And really, I would say what inspired my project was the space I was in my life. And, it's about finding love in a hopeless place. That being Nigeria for a lot of Nigerians. This is me talking about finding love in Nigeria and the ups and downs of that, my wrongs, my rights, and my struggles, really. And just getting to the point where I'm just like, you know what, this is a good thing, so I'm going to do whatever I need to do to keep it, regardless of where I come from. That's what my project is about.
And how do you keep up with the demands of the music industry?
I always try to stay ahead. I think one of the amazing things about being signed to the label, so since 93, I got signed to them and they really gave me a good 1 year plus to just create music. Just creating music. Now I realized how much of a burden is taken off me because now there's less pressure. I can focus on so many other things while also creating music. But now the project is done. I still have so many more tracks, that can take me even a project or two. And, so I'm not going to say, I think creating the music is important and I've gotten that out of the way. Now I can actually focus on doing what I need to do. So honestly, I'm just taking the challenges as it goes. Trying to separate my private life or my personal life from work and trying to balance that also. So I think I'm just taking every day as it comes. I have an amazing team, now next day, and, in Nigeria, in the UK, and, my family, my loved ones are with me. So I'm just taking every day as it comes.
Well, two questions. The first is, when can we expect this upcoming EP? Does it have a title yet, a release date that we can expect?
In terms of a release date, I think it's still in the works.
Okay.
You are definitely getting it this year. In terms of the name, I will give that to you soon, but not today.
All right, no worries. And I understand that you are in South Africa at the moment, or are you planning on coming here?
I am in your country right now. I'm having a good time. I'm here right now.
The first time in South Africa?
Right no, so I was here maybe like 2 weeks ago, but I was here for like just 2 nights or a night or so. So now I'm back, and so I'm going to be here for just a bit. So yeah, I'm just taking everything in.
Talk to us about some of your plans that you've got in place for your tour to promote the album.
With regard to the tour, I think everything also is still in the works. We definitely have a lot of things planned right now, and that's also one of the main reasons why, after the project, I left Nigeria and I've been to, Ghana, SA, the UK, where I'm just coming back from now, and we're still trying to work everything together before I say this and this is what we're trying to do. So everything is definitely in the works and in plan.
And then, if you could describe your journey right now as it is in 3 words, which words would you use to best describe it?
I didn't think you were going to say words, but let me say surprising, but not in a bad way. I was surprising because there are a lot of opportunities, especially one coming up now in South Africa that I didn't think would be given to me, especially as an upcoming artist. So surprising in a good way. There's been a lot of good surprises. And 3, I would say it's hard for me to pick a word in particular. Can I use sentences?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So let me say definitely surprised in a good way. I would also say it has its challenges, like I mentioned earlier. Trying to just balance what to give, what not to give, because no matter how comfortable you are, you still have to keep something to yourself and protect it. And I think the third thing is excitement. I would say excitement. There are a lot of plans in place and things coming up. So they're not things I've done before, places I've been before, and it's exciting to think about. So I'm just hopeful. I'm hopeful, and hoping for the best, really.
And then finally, for those who'd like to follow you on social media, what is your handle? And since you are currently in South Africa, are there any performances that we can look forward to? Are you appearing somewhere where people can pull through and just say hi to you?
I will keep you posted.
Okay.
On that. And in terms of social media, definitely you can. I'm on every platform. It's Ossie Grace. That's OSSI Grace. On every platform. Ossie Grace on every platform. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, everything. Ossie Grace. OSSI Grace.
Love it. Ossie Grace, thank you so much for your time this afternoon on The Upside. All the best with the upcoming EP. We can't wait to get the name of it, obviously, and also we can't wait for the release date. I have no doubt it's going to be a banger and a half. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
I realize that I use the word banger a lot. But do you blame me? If something is a banger is a banger.
You were in your feelings about the music. And that's okay. That is real reality radio. I love it for you.
Yes. Check Ossie Grace out on all the social media platforms for the latest releases. You can also check out on all streaming platforms, Spotify, iTunes. Is it iTunes? Is that what it's called? iTunes.
Apple Music.
I have it, but I don't know what it's called. Apple Music. Okay. All these top tier streaming platforms. Ossie Grace. If you want to revisit that conversation, go to www.channelafrica.co.za. It's gone 3 p.m. Central African time. We are in the final hour of The Upside. Let's get the latest news with Matapelo Mahape.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
Thank you, Tebogo. Top stories this hour: worsening riots in Mali and UN secures funding for children in Nigeria. Good afternoon. The United Nations has warned of a further deterioration in human rights in Mali amid rising insecurity and a crackdown on civil society. It comes 5 years after the military overthrew the country's democratically elected president. CF Magango, spokesperson for the UN Human Rights Office.
And we've received reports and corroborated many of them of killings by both sides, the armed forces as well, backed by the foreign fighters. Since the military took over, there's been an increase in extrajudicial killings and forced disappearances. There's been a huge crackdown on the right to freedom of the press. There's been there's been a shrinking of civil society as a result of the government perhaps just basically taking that as the cause to silence dissent. All of these are very concerning things that we hope will come to an end very soon.
A land dispute in northern Ghana has killed at least 31 people and displaced nearly 50,000 others. The conflict, which started last month, has forced more than 31,000 Ghanaians to seek refuge in neighboring Cote d'Ivoire. Correspondent in Ghana, Eric Mawena Egbeta.
There's been a directive from the president, amongst many other things, for all the security couples to find a solution to the matter. In fact, somewhere last week, just before the month of August ended, all the top security chiefs, including the Interior Minister, the IGP, the Chief of Defense Staff, and all respective security heads were in the township seeking to get an understanding as to what's happened and proper solutions as to what can be done. We haven't seen a lot of reaction outside of a reinforcement of the police presence.
A UN body says a Rwandan-backed rebel group, M23, Congolese armed forces and other armed groups have committed serious rights violations in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, some of which may amount to war crimes. The UN Human Rights Office says M23, the Congolese armed forces and other groups have been responsible for gross violations of international humanitarian law since last year when fighting began in North and South Kivu. The fighting has killed thousands thousands and displaced hundreds of thousands more this year, while escalating the risk of a full-blown war in a region rich in tin, gold and coltan. And the United Nations report says that the paramilitary rapid support forces in Sudan have committed multiple crimes against against humanity during the siege of the Al-Shafaa in Sudan's western Darfur region. According to the report, both Sudan's army and the RSF have committed atrocities, including war crimes, on a larger scale civil war, now in its third year. The report found that the RSF has further committed crimes against humanity, including large-scale killings, sexual and gender-based violence, looting, and the destruction of livelihoods. Onto this now, the UN says the fresh funding will fund food and nutrition supporting running for more than 300,000 malnutritioned children and mothers in northeastern Nigeria. The World Food Programme has warned it might shut down nutrition centres without new support. Millions of people, uprooted by a 15-year insurgency in the region, rely on aid to survive, the BBC's and Soy reports.
The World Food Programme says the displaced were down to splitting one meal between two people each day. With the new funding, the agency will be able to provide at least 2 meals per person per day. The funds include more than $30 million from the US government, provided after the WFP sent out a distress call in July. Many of the displaced were farmers who had fled Boko Haram attacks. The WFP says there are on average 3 attacks on communities across the north of Nigeria every day.
A recap of your top story. The UN warns of a deterioration in human rights in Mali due to rising insecurity and a crackdown on civil society 5 years after the military overthrew the democratically elected president. For any news stories you'd like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +2711 714 4459. For Channel Africa News, I am Mmatsheko.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
.06 on the digital clock. Thank you for sticking around. We're in the final hour of the Upside, and this is us, okay, wrapping up the week with you as we're about to enter the weekend. And you know we always bring the wonderful music with us and bringing it to you wherever you are. So we're going to be catching up with Soa Matrix in this hour, who has teamed up with Kabza De Small, another big name in music here in Southern Africa. Okay, they've been working on a single together that blends the soulful depth of Afro soul with the vibrant energy of Amapiano. It's called Memeza, which means scream. Ne? Kua Kastswana. Shout. Oh, not scream.
Shout, scream.
Shout.
Yeah.
I think shout is a more
thing.
appropriate word, though.
Scream is the same thing, is not? Shout and screaming is
Memeza, shout. No, I think your word is much better.
Shout.
Shout.
Right.
Memeza means shout, okay, if we're to translate it in English. And it's a beautiful collaboration. It also includes Star Healer and the Afro House duo Frigid Armadillo. Frigid Armadillo. Let me tell you something. This show has been very educational for me for the past 2 months. Extremely educational. I'm learning about Frigid Armadillo and other wonderful people. So that's what's going to be happening in this hour. Please stick around because you want to hear this new banga.
A banga.
as Tebogo would call it, a banga. I have a feeling we're going to like the song. I don't know. It's just a feeling that I have.
I mean, after what was that song that he made? Mina Nawe. Me and You.
I think I remember that song. Yes.
Come on. And he's been dropping a hit after hit after hit. This one will be no exception. I have no doubt that it's going to be a banger. Our conversation with Soa Matrix is coming up next. It's 8 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African time. Welcome to the final hour of The Upside.
If it's news and current affairs, leading opinions, and thought leaders that get your groove, this is your home, The Upside. Got something to say? Are you passionate about issues that matter? Do you have a voice that deserves to be heard? Well, we've got the perfect platform for you. Call in or drop us a WhatsApp on +27 63 406 9126. And we will call you back so you could have your say and be part of the conversation.
30 years of age. I just turned 30 on the 15th of November. So that's who I am,
It's not just talk. It's your chance to air your views, share your opinion, engage with the community that values your perspective. Follow us on our social media. Visit our website at www.channelafrica.co.za and get ready to share your views on Channel Africa, the African perspective. Gender-based violence is destroying lives and tearing communities apart. It happens in homes, in schools, at workplaces, and too often in silence. But it doesn't have to continue. If you see it, speak out. If you are hurting, reach out. Because doing nothing is not an option. Listen to all 19 SABC radio stations from Wednesday, 23rd of July for hard talk, discussions, advice, dramas, educational shows, and interviews around GPV with experts, survivors, lawmakers, and the whole country affected by gender-based violence. For all your favorite SABC radio stations, call 0800 428 428 to report abuse or get help. GPV, it ends with you. This message is brought to you by the SABC. This is The Upside for the best African vibes, groundbreaking content.
ngizomemeza mina ngizomemeza mina mathando lethu ngizomemeza mina yeah ngizomemeza mina ngizomemeza mina.
All right. Out of 10, what are you giving this one? This is Soa Matrix's latest single, released it on the 28th of August, if I'm not mistaken. Right? And what do you think so far? Memeza.
I'm feeling very generous, but also the standard of the music, there really is no reason to not give it a 10. None whatsoever. None. Beautiful song. Beautiful everything.
Afro house coming together with amapiano. Oh,
and
come
beautifully
on
done.
Oh, come on.
That.
Beautiful song there. Memeza has got Kabza the Small on there, featuring Star Healer and Afro House duo Frigid Armadillo. That's Soa Matrix. What did you think? Let us know on our WhatsApp line, +2763 406 9126. Or alternatively, comment below on our social media platforms at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. If I'm not mistaken, we'll be getting him on the line. And that is Soa Matrix to tell us a bit more about this latest song and then his body of work. There's an upcoming project that he's currently working on. And we can't wait. We can't wait because it promises to be, lush, atmospheric production, pushing the boundaries of collaboration. And we can't wait for him to just further expand what we can expect. I mean, I've got a few of his songs on my playlist, favorited, right? Utando is one of them, Mina Nawe is another. And Memeza, we're going to add it now because I heard it. It was shouting in my ear and I enjoyed it.
It was I love it. It was
memezering
in your ear.
In my ear.
No, we definitely have to add it. I have to add it and do something. Take a walk to it, vibe to it while I'm cooking, whatever. Yep. It's one of those that you can take wherever you are. You really don't need to be anywhere in particular to be able to enjoy good music, which is the entire point.
Absolutely. It's 17 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African time. Hopefully we'll get Soa Matrix on the line to tell us a bit more about the song and what we can expect from him as the year comes to an end. We've got how many months more? 3 months to go. 4 months.
A little under 17 weeks till the end of the year.
Yeah. We'll find out what he's up to. That conversation hopefully is coming up next. Stay tuned to the upside.
Channel Africa, your voice, your sound, and your home. Stay logged right here. Hi there. Do you want to elevate your business and give it a voice in South Africa and Africa as a whole? Well, in that case, let Channel Africa make this a possibility. Channel Africa is willing to advertise your business for as little as 30,000 rands or $1,719.18. To get access to these great rates, send all requests to mukwenata@SABC. That's MOKOENATA@SABC. Channel Africa, the African perspective. In this episode of Channel Africa Conversations, Peter talks to Dr. Tulisile Buddha, an academic, author, and an expert in indigenous knowledge systems. Join us for a compelling discussion on preserving African languages and traditions in the digital era. Dr. Tulisile unpacks the role of educators, explorers, and how technologies like AI can support cultural preservation, and challenges us to rethink how we honor African heritage. You can find the episode on YouTube, SABC Plus, and on our website, channelafrica.co.za. This episode is a must-listen for educators, creators, and change makers across the continent. Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Zilipendwa na Abedi Jean de la Croix.
Wewe ni mjasiriamali unajihusisha na biashara ya kuuza dawa. Jaribu kutuambia kwanza, kwa nini ulianzisha biashara hiyo?
Tutasema kwamba maisha ya kila siku ni kwamba mtu anapashwa kuwa na maisha ya kuweza kujitegemea. Usitegemee kuajiriwa, lakini utegemee kujiajiri, na baadaye utaweza ukaajiri wengine. Na hiyo ilinipa msukumo mkubwa kwa kuweza kujiajiri na kampuni hii kwa ajili ya kuweza kuwasaidia wale ambao wanahangaika zaidi.
Unauza aina gani ya dawa?
Unasema ni dawa, lakini kwetu sisi tunaita kama vile ni pipi, ambayo ni virutubisho ambavyo vinakwenda kusaidia kwa wale ambao wanatatizwa na aina tofauti ya magonjwa.
Virutubisho hivyo sasa vinatibu magonjwa gani?
Virutubisho hivi vinatunza magonjwa kama vile ya kisukari, shinikizo la damu.
Zilipendwa kila Jumamosi kuanzia saa 12 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati hadi saa 1 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati.
Whatever you want to hear about today's talk, you can get it on the Upside. Africa Update on Channel Africa with Lulu Kabu.
Mozambique's opposition leader Venancio Mondlane has been charged with incitement to terrorism and disobedience. He faces a total of 5 charges. The charges relate to post-election violence that left hundreds of people dead. What punishment is he looking at?
The most severe charges are 2. One is incitement for terrorism, and also is being charged for mobilizing people for terrorism during the protests. These charges are really serious and severe. If he is condemned, is found guilty, he could serve 10 years plus years in jail, meaning that he would be banned from political participation, mainly for the 2028 and 2029 electoral cycle.
The director of CDD, the Center for Democracy and Development, Adriano Novunga.
Africa Update with Lulu Kabu, 12 to 1 p.m. Central African Time. The Upside with Tebogo Lekhuleni and Mosito, bringing Africa's voices to the world. On Channel Africa, the African perspective.
21 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African Time. This is indeed The Upside on Channel Africa, the African perspective with Tebogo Lekhuleni and Mmatsheko Mosito. With you all the way to 4 p.m. Central African Time. Happy Friday, happy Friday. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. And looking forward to the weekend ahead. Speaking of which, what will you be up to this weekend? We're still working on getting SOA Matrix on the line. But I want to know what your plans are for the weekend, Mmatsheko.
The first nuptials are happening in my family for the spring summer. You know, and also in South Africa at this time of the year, we call it wedding season, because the sun is out, it's warm. You know, people want to dress up and be out and celebrate love. And the way we celebrate love in many of our cultures is so beautiful, so celebratory. There's lots of singing and dancing, and it happens in the open streets. You know, where the neighbors are invited, where, I mean, sometimes strangers are involved. It's just the most beautiful thing. So the sun is out, and it's gonna be a wedding.
Plenty of memezering during those celebrations. 2 powerhouses of South African music have come together for a collaboration that blends the soulful depth of Afro house with the high energy pulse of Amapiano. SOA Matrix and Kabza the Small have just dropped Memeza. We just heard it and we love it. A track featuring star healer and Afro house duo Frigid Armadillo. Memeza, which means shout or scream, if you will, built around a stirring message of love with Star Healer's voice there declaring affection so powerfully that it deserves to be shouted out to the world. To tell us a bit more about this song and upcoming projects, SOA Matrix now joins us on the line. SOA, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on Memeza. How did this collaboration come to be with Kabza the Small?
Oh, thank you so much for having me on the show, guys. Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful journey. You know, I've learned a lot from the Grootman Kabza the Small. It's truly an honor to be on the song with him, and especially the Afrotech guys, Frigid Armadillo. So it means a lot, man. So the collaboration came about when I went to studio with him, and we were working on a few songs. And it so happened that I had a project on my side that I wanted him to work on. First, it started off as an Amapiano track before it shifted off to Afrotech. And once I heard what he was working on, I was inspired. I was like, no, we need to change this song into an Afrotech song. And he was like, no, let's do it. And that's how the collaboration came about, because Tahila recorded the vocals afterwards. It was the beat first that was started. Yeah.
Love that. I tell you what, it was a collaboration that was worth happening, and we were listening to the song earlier, and we in the studio gave it a 10 out of 10 throughout the board when I saw a 10 out of 10.
Thank you so much.
It is a beautiful song. But I'm interested in just a follow-up from what you're saying, so in terms of just the blend of genres, the Afrotech meeting the Afro House, and then there's just also a beautiful energetic vibe that the Amapiano sound kind of filters through into the music. So, talk to me about, all these different genres meeting in this music.
I think we can all agree when I say Amapiano has allowed a lot of genres into it, because it's not only deep, it's not only jazzy. It can allow R&B, it can allow Maskandi. Nowadays it's even Maskandi. So I think it's too much of a versatility point, when it comes to Amapiano, that you can be able to mix anything that you want, and then it can come up the way you wish it to come out, So, yeah.
So let's talk about the song itself, Memeza. Who is it meant for? What message are you trying to say or share?
I mean, Memeza is for the lovers, sure. It's for the lovers. It's for people that I love. I really hope it can hit just the same as Minanawe, because when Minanawe hit, a lot of people were busy telling me that, hey, Joe, this song made me to get married. I'm now married, So I really wish that Memeza can hit the same way, because it's a love song, it's for the lovers.
I love that. I think, we're seeing so many negative messages here and there about, romantic love. So for the music to be able to keep the magic of black love out there is beautiful. Let's talk about the song as part of the upcoming project, full body of work, Hosi. Talk to us about just the running themes throughout the entire album.
So Hosi is a 16-track album. And Amapiano mixed with Afrotech and a little bit of orchestral in it. The interludes are orchestral, and it features the likes of DJ Maporisa, Kabza de Small, Nkosazana Kota, the big names, and a few of the upcoming ones. Because I like working with upcoming artists. So it's a really beautiful album, and I hope people are going to like it.
When is it dropping? Do you know yet?
I haven't announced the date as yet, but it's dropping this month.
This month?
People must make sure that they tune it. Yes.
All right. We're looking forward.
Yes.
We're looking forward to that one. I tell you what. I wonder if the pressure, you feel that pressure, because when you release so many hit after hit after hit that end up on the chart day in day out, does the pressure increase when it comes to new music for you?
It does increase, it does increase, because, when I'm in studio, I always think that I should now produce a song that is better than the one that I released previously. And, I don't want to downgrade. I don't want people to think that maybe I'm downgrading and stuff like that, I want to give people the best of the best. So the pressure is there, there's a lot of pressure.
Okay, well, it's good pressure.
He's handling it well.
Oh, man, it's very, very good pressure. Okay, so let's talk about just maybe plans for the tour, because I know you guys are really good at that. You're amazing with the social media, network, and putting the music out there, and it goes viral very quickly because it's a good product. But any plans to go on tour post the album release?
Yeah, no. For this year, actually, we're still in conversation with my team in terms of having those. But for this year, my plan for this year was just to release music. I don't know what's going to come later on, but my plan was just to release music and videos for the rest of the year. And then, I think with the team that I'm having right now, we can organize tours and everything.
So I'm going to throw some quick fire questions in your direction. Are you ready, sir?
Oh my God. I wonder.
Here we go.
I'm ready.
First thing you do when you land a big collab, like you did with this one with Ukabza, do you celebrate or get back into the studio immediately?
I get back into studio immediately because I want more. I want more of those collabs.
Is there a song you wish you had produced that's out there?
Yes. I wish I had produced. You know what? I wish I had produced Kabza's song Imitandazo, man. I wish it was mine. I really wish it was mine because that song is very beautiful.
What a song that is. Dream collaborations we've already mentioned Abu Kabza, you've mentioned Abu Maporisa will be joining in the upcoming album. But dream collaborations internationally and dream collaborations within Africa.
I have a dream collaboration within Africa because I listen to a lot of the Niger vibes, that side of Nigeria. So my dream collaboration would be, for now, would be Thames. Do you know why I'm saying so? I'm saying so because I just heard a song. They remixed Isaga by Caesar and they put Thames in it, and she sounds so amazing. So that's my dream collaboration for now.
And then my final question to you is a sunrise gig in Ibiza or a rooftop session in Johannesburg?
I have to pick Ibiza. Yeah, I have to pick Ibiza.
I was very surprised that you had to think about that one, but okay.
I have to pick Ibiza. No, I have to go. I have to go to that place. No, that place is beautiful. The groove that side is very different from ours.
100%. So you are an amazing artist, an amazing producer, an amazing human being, and we appreciate you on the upside. Thank you so much for your time and all the best with the upcoming album. And already Memeza is hitting the charts on the right note, and we appreciate your time this afternoon.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much, guys.
All right, it's 31 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African time. Go check out Memez on all streaming platform. Soa Matrix featuring Kabza the Small there. And let's get the latest sports news, or the final sports news, with Musibudi Makura on the upside.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
Thank you so much, Tebogo, indeed, for the final time this afternoon on the upside. We'll start with the story. So the South African Football Association, SAFA CEO Lydia Monyapao has revealed their expectations for the national men's under-20 side, this for the upcoming FIFA Under-20 World Cup. So having been crowned African champions at the CAF Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations tournament in Egypt earlier on in the year, expectations have been quite high now for this team for these upcoming global tournaments scheduled to run from the 27th of September right until the 19th of October in Chile. Monyapao believes coach Raymond Mdaga and his Chargers would be able to reach at least the semi-finals of the global showpiece.
Look, we are always very ambitious, highly ambitious. So obviously for us is to get to the semi-finals. I think they've shown the quality that they possess as a team. And we believe that they can get that far. But, you must aim here and then fall here. So we are hoping that, they will get to the semi-finals and finals, surprise us, get to the finals. But it's going to be tough. We have to also be realistic to say it's going to be a tough competition for them out there. But we know that they're going to put their best foot forward.
Right, so with the team now in camp for the very first time since their AFCON triumph in May of this year, Monyapao has expressed her well wishes for the team as they prepare to be trimmed from 29 to 21 by the FIFA deadline on the 18th of this month.
It's a great bunch, like you're saying. We mustn't forget that these are African champions and we need to celebrate them. But for me, it's great that they're in camp preparing for the World Cup. Like you're saying, they will be representing the whole continent, 66 million South Africans, but also the whole entire African continent. So our hopes and dreams are relying on them, on Coach Mdaka and his charges. So, I wish the team all the best. In the next few days as they prepare for Chile, and obviously they're gonna reassemble again towards the World Cup.
On the continent now, Nigeria will go head-to-head with Rwanda in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualification match that is scheduled to be played at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium on Saturday. That's, of course, tomorrow. A kickoff for the games at 6 p.m. Central African time. The Super Eagles snapped up a 5-match winless run across all competitions, including victories and penalties, when they claimed a 2-0 victory over Congo-Brazzaville at the 2024 Chan Clash, played on the 19th of August. Nigeria are, by the way, placed in a Group C in 4th position on the log standings, having collected about 7 points from 6 matches, and it's imperative that they get a result today against tomorrow, against Rwanda, and then against South Africa on the 9th of September in the second match of this qualification period to keep their World Cup hopes alive. Meanwhile, Rwanda are winless in their last 4 matches across all competitions after succumbing to a 2-0 defeat to Algeria in a friendly match played on the 9th of June, and is also their second successive defeat. Rwanda are placed second in the Group C standings, having collected 8 points from 6 matches played so far during the qualification period. Further afield now, an emotional Lionel Messi scored twice for Argentina in what is expected to be his final competitive match on home soil, saying the moment was something he had dreamed of. Meanwhile, Lautaro Martinez also scored as the host side, Venezuela as the host side. Argentina defeated Venezuela by 3-0 in a World Cup qualifier in Buenos Aires last night. So Messi is at 38 years of age, was joined by his 3 sons, and also received a standing ovation from a crowd of 80,000 people in moving scenes before the match. The 8-time Ballon d'Or winner captained Argentina to their 3rd World Cup triumph back in 2022 in Qatar, and also scored a record 114 goals in 194 games for his country. Messi, Argentina's most capped player, said he had not decided if he'll be able to play at the World Cup next year, co-hosted by the USA, Mexico, as well as Canada. And finally, the Showcase Monaco Grand Prix will remain on the Formula One calendar until at least 2035 after the Liberty Media-owned sport extended earlier on today a contract that already runs ran initially until 2031. A 6-year extension to the race round the streets of Monaco was announced last November, when the Formula One also moved the date from May to June to avoid clashes with the Indianapolis 500. Now, the announcement was made ahead of Sunday's Italian Grand Prix at Monza. Monaco was part of the first World Championship season back in 1950, and with the exception of 2020 during the global COVID-19 pandemic, it had been ever present since 1955. Now, the new deal puts Monaco among those venues with the longest contracts in the sport. Miami, as well as Austria's Red Bull, have contracts until at least 2041. Bahrain has a contract until 2036, Melbourne until 2035, Silverstone to 2034, while Saudi Arabia as well as Qatar have fixtures until at least 2032. Well, that concludes your sports news this afternoon on the Upside. For any sports stories you'd like to share with us, simply send us an email. That's to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za, or call us. The newsroom line is +27 11714 4459. So the time has just gone 15:37 p.m. Central African time. I'm back with a final sports update for the afternoon in the next hour for Channel Africa Sport. I am Mosito Makura.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African Perspective. The Morning Switch Weekend with the Shy Guy.
The Shy Guy, a Morning Switch.
Have you ever listened to a song and then it gives you goosebumps? Because it takes you way back in the 80s. My goodness. Woo. Hey, baby. You hear Yvonne Chaga Chaga there. I want to talk to the DJ. And then the DJ goes like, hey, baby, I've got you on the other side. Huh? There were no WhatsApps then, right? There were no sliding in the DMs at the time. Oh, man.
Your weekend mornings are activated with the Shy Guy on the Morning Switch.
38 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African time. Let's get the final business update now with Chanduko Ligeke.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Thank you, Tebogo. Good afternoon. India's Consul General Mahesh Kumar has praised South Africa ahead of its upcoming G20 presidency in November. Kumar was speaking at the launch of Fine Star's new diamond manufacturing facility at the R. Tambo Special Economic Zone in Johannesburg. He says India fully supports South Africa during a year of market volatility and political challenges.
We took a lot of pride when we got the chance to host the G20 summit, and we were very happy that we basically continued with Indonesia, Brazil, and now South Africa, this tradition of raising the voices of global South when it comes to global political development, issues of global governance. This, I think, also becomes very important this year when we have seen a lot of volatility in market, mostly driven by sentiments that South Africa delivers a very, very successful G20 presidency, and for which we have extended all the support that's required to the government of South Africa.
South African state-owned logistics group Transnet has reported a smaller loss of $108.18 million in the financial year to the end of March, down from $400 million loss in the previous year. The debt-settled company has struggled to provide adequate freight, rail and port services for years due to equipment shortages and maintenance backlogs. Transnet chronic underperformance has stifled exports of key commodities such as coal and iron ore, costing mineral exporters billions of rands in lost revenue, with Kumba iron ore and thermal coal exporter Tungela Resources forced to curtail production. Meanwhile, Minister Ntshavheni has also told the media that the South African cabinet has welcomed the launch of the G20 Experts Task Force to examine global wealth inequality and its impact on economic growth, poverty and multilateralism.
This initiative, which is the first of its kind for the G20, is in line with South Africa's commitment to use its G20 presidency to address issues that affect low-income countries, such as rising inequality and high sovereign debt burdens. The G20 Expert Task Force will deliver the first ever report on global inequality to G20 world leaders at the G20 Leaders Summit in South Africa in November 2025.
Tesla's board is proposing a new package for its South African-born CEO Elon Musk that it's valued at close to $1 trillion. The package would need to be approved by Tesla's investors. Sean Bryce Peace reports from New York that the staggered package could see Musk's current 12% stake in the car and robotics company more than double. Looking at financial indicators at this hour, $1 in Nigeria is trading at 1,000 Naira 534, in Botswana 13 Pula 31, Kenya the dollar is 128 shilling 495, Zambia 23 kwacha 73. BRICS countries, $1 in Brazil is at 5 real 46, Russia 80 rubles 790, India 88 rupees 59, China 71.14, South Africa 17 rand 67 cents. $1 is 74 pence to the British pound and 85 to the euro. Commodities: gold is at $3,551, platinum at $1,382 per ounce, crude oil at $66.67 a barrel. That is all for now. For any business stories you'd like to share with us, please send us an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za, or you can call us on +27 11714 4459. For Channel Africa Business, I am Chanruko Ligege.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective. We are on Open Views Audio Bouquet, Channel 628.
Wajabulu sulu wena mamumu nase mi nase su bogogo nabomkhulu yena ngizomthatha ngempela bogogo nabomkhulu yena ngizomthatha ngempela thatha ngempela uthando liko kizio liko chabona isisela ko uthando liko kizio liko chabona isisela ko Mina mangina wengvele ngiphelela mazwi ay she chimpilo ya ay she chimpilo ya ay she chimpilo ya utando iko kizio ya iko chabono ya isisela ko utando iko kizio ya iko chabono ya isisela ko
Who's that? Nkosazana daughter. That's who that is. Kuwe, the title of the song.
You just ask who's that?
Yeah, who is it? Featuring Master KG on the song. It's beautiful. She's got a really beautiful voice. Don't you think?
The way you spoke about the song now, is this your first time hearing it?
No, actually. I just didn't know the artist. But the song, and also if you listen to it, it's taken from an old like childhood rhyme. Umpitsa mang listen, if you were raised in a township in South Africa, it doesn't matter whether it's Soweto or Guguletu or Tembisa. If you grew up in a township, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so they pinched that rhyme or borrowed it
and
put it in the song.
And it's the second time we're hearing such playful childhood playfulness happening.
And I think it's lovely.
Remember earlier when we were listening to that song, what was the name of the song? I really like you or something.
Yes, I really like you. We heard it now, actually.
Yeah, playground music, all that stuff. So I see what these artists are doing. Playing to our nostalgic.
Oh, they
pulling
really
our
are.
heartstrings there.
And there's another
and
one that's singing about Puff Puff. Oh, we're talking about that the other day. Amakwinya. We need that person in the studio. Quick, fast.
Yeah, maybe we can reach out to him on because I mean he's already done some media, some interviews, even here at the SABC, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe we can try and reach out to him because it is a hot song at the moment on TikTok. No, I just butchered how I sang it. But yes, that's the name of the song, and we need to try and get him on the upside. It's now 49 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African Time. Let's take a quick breather. When we get back, we hand over to the Queen of Africa in business. That's Tami Ngubeni.
Midday vibes, great programming, and good company. This is Channel Africa.
Zochitika ndimodapiri kamlondola wazochitika pena paliponse.
Mabusiness osiyana-siyana mdziko la South Africa ayamba kukhoma msonkho wa 30% akamagulitsa katundu awo ku dziko la United States of America. Nepanoteli ndikatswiri wa zachuma mu dziko la Malawi Dr. Bertha Chikadza. Boma la South Africa masiku apitawo linanena kuti ngati America akani kutsitsa msonkho bomalo lipeza misika ina. Mungatifotokozere kuti ndizotheka South Africa kupeza misika yomwe ingabweretse ndalama pafupifupi $15 billion zomwe imapezeka ku misika ya ku America.
Tinene kuti izizi zitha kuchitika koma sizingachitike mwa pompopompo chifukwa tikaonetsetsa izi zinthu zokuti inali msika wa dziko la America noni msika wakukhazikika umene dziko la South Africa linali likuzolowera kale. Tsono kuti tingonena kuti dziko la South Africa lipezanso msika mwina mwasangasanga kuti lizitumiza katundu wake mwina sizingachitike pacho kuti tikunena apa pa $15 billion ndi ndalama zambiri ndithu.
Zochitika ndimodapiri lolemba mpaka lachisanu pa nthawi ya 7 koloko kufikira 8 koloko madzulo pa Channel Africa.
Fresh and exciting. The Upside, hooking you up with today's news from the African perspective.
Amour, oyebi ke nalela yo lokola kilao na kolinga ozala kaka yangai. C'est vrai. Vinanga isonja de l'instant namona yo nakoma komona yo partout. Je suis perdu. Pamasa batuna kankai pona yo. Nzakunini na bomba kayo. Bipai na bomba yo, darling. Motema. Biloba lobo soyoka lokolantindi namatoye. Kokate fanayo sanga. Pamasa batuna gelubunini. Nalia pueto nalango yo boye. No. Grite, marabute, bolingo a motima. Mawana répondre à krakayo. La salle yo confiance, na pesi yo motima. Na kolati sa yo lopete amu. Elembo ya bolingo na biso
Yatendai, on y va. C'est ça même. Oh, doucement, doucement. Écoute ça, papa, pa. Oh ya 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 ya.
Tangana misonanga dadu into me. Yokamote mananga when you dance between moms. Okamwate nandingeza likobeta sans l'heure. Merci na papati pasala imagine na ya. Nakotos
decide nakopala yo manamu na decide yo zawanga all my life I've been looking for someone like you my darling since I met you I just can't get you out of my mind. I've never felt so in love before. But please tell me if you feel the same as I do. Mawana haipona kakayo. Sota tikingana kokacho kunayo, baby. Motema mabandona ngaya kanayo. Osu, nakupenda sana. Nalimio, nakakayo.
Allumez le feu, allumez, yeah. Le feu, allumez le feu. Reviens en bas, on va danser. Reviens en bas, on va danser. Cadencer, 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 cadencer. Reviens en bas, on va danser. Reviens en bas, on va danser. Cadencer, 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 cadencer. On y va. Ayakaganga, ayakaganga, ayakahe. Oh la 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 la.
What a verb. What a verb.
Monique Tende.
Mm.
The name of the song is Nalingio. We were debating it. Does Nalingio mean I love you? If Nakupenda means
I love
I
you.
love you. Nalingio would mean we don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah, if you know the answer, please let us know. I thought it was I love you from the Congo there. I thought it was I love you if you say Nalingi. But I stand to be corrected. You're more than welcome to send me a voice note and correct me, or even in the comment section at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. Our WhatsApp line is +2763 406 9126.
Nalingi, according to AI overview on Google search, Nalingio is a phrase in the Lingala language that means I love you.
Oh,
So you're right. It is I love you, although it's not in Kiswahili, it's in Lingala, which is a language spoken in the DRC. Yeah.
So then Nakupenda would mean what? Because you're also saying Nakupenda in that song. Wow. Okay.
Wow. That sounds also like I love you.
It sounds like I love you. So
in a different
repeating
language.
it. I love you. I
Yeah.
love you. I love you. I love you. So we are standing by now to hand over to the one and only, the Queen of Africa in business, Tami Ngubeni. She'll be taking over from 4 p.m. Central African time. Before we do that, I saw an interesting post on X.
Mhm.
There is a movie that was made in 2015 but will not be seen until 2115.
Why?
All right. Back in 2015, John Maklovich and Robert Rodriguez created a film titled 100 Years. The film was produced to promote Remy Martin's Cognac Louis the 13th, and has been stored inside a custom vault that will not be opened until November 18, 2015. No details of the film have been released. Even the cast, they are listed as hero girl, bad guy, making it one of the most mysterious projects in film history.
That is a very smart project. Also smart in a sense that it's made, it's ready, it's packaged, and no one has leaked it.
Yeah.
No one has leaked it.
No one has leaked it. No one
Smart.
has leaked it.
Smart. Beautiful. Brilliant.
2150. How old will we be? 2150.
Will I still be here? Let's start there. I will be floating on the 9th dimension.
Yeah, we will not be around in 2115, but
no, my rented meat suit would have given up by then. I can tell you that for free.
No, shout out for this project. I don't understand why they would do that. I mean, a film that can only be seen in the year 2115. What's the point? Anyway, let's ask Tabby.
I anticipate a response like, we're preserving it for future generations. That is the only response that comes to mind. But yes, that my rented meat suit is definitely not, it would have given up by then. I'll be on the 9th dimension. Good afternoon, Tammy.
I was actually thinking exactly that we won't be here for it. Yeah. And, and things change so quickly, so rapidly, especially with the advent of technology, that, I just wonder what the generation of 21 would ever will be consuming, what will be of interest to them.
What will be of interest?
What technology is going to be available to them. It's almost like saying you've got a cassette and you're preserving this cassette so you can play it in 2150. Those are obsolete. So
exactly.
A VHS cassette. Like, you want to play this on VHS in 2160.
Just open the vault. Let's see the film. What's in the vault for business this afternoon?
In the vault for business, a focus on car dealers, opportunities, as well as the challenges that the industry is facing. This is on the backdrop of a summit that's currently taking place specifically for those in the car dealership industry. And also, the special economic zone around the OR Tambo International Airport has got a new diamond manufacturing business that's opening up there. So yes, in the midst of synthetic diamonds rising, obviously, clearly, there's still a need for the pure polished diamonds. We'll find out more about that this afternoon.
Well, it sounds like a good idea for women like myself and Tammy Ngubeni to get into the diamond business. I hear they're looking for women, so we're going to do that. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. A 4 p.m. news bulletin coming through, and then Africa is in business with Tammy Ngubeni in the next few. Have yourself a glorious weekend. We're back again on Monday between 1 and 4. Have a pleasant one. Cheers.
Get Channel Africa on DSTV Audio Bouquet. Channel 802.